Shalom, my brothers and sisters. Shalom, and welcome to another episode of Less Than 10 Minutes, Words to Yashar'al, Nation of Believers. My name is Symmanayah, and if you're tuning in for the first time, you will come to know that Yashar'al, of whom I speak, is referencing all those who seek to do the will of Almighty Yahweh and who accept Yahusha as Mashiach, our Messiah. This consists of both Hebrew and Goyim, Aubrey and Gentiles or other nations, all those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father Yahuwah, and who accept Yahusha as Mashiach, as Messiah. With that said, this segment today is August 23rd, 2013. With that said, this segment I want to ask the question, which side are you? Which side are you? Are we in the last days? Do you feel like Noah or Lot? Why not? Are there things that we can contribute towards warning the people? Let's reflect on some scriptures with a question in mind. Do we care about the people we claim to love? Psalm 127:1 reads as follows: If Yahuwah does not build the house, its builders have labored in vain. If Yahuwah does not guard the city, the watchman has stayed awake in vain. Isaiah 21:6 reads as follows: For Yahuwah has said this to me, Go set a watchman, let him declare what he sees. Again, this was Isaiah 21:6. Ezekiel 33:6 reads as follows: But if the watchman sees the sword coming and shall not blow the ram's horn, and the people shall not be warned, and the sword comes and takes any being from among them, he is taken away in his crookedness, and his blood I require at the watchman's hand. Ezekiel 33:7 reads, And you, son of man, I have made you a watchman for the house of Yashar'al, and you shall hear a word from my mouth, and you shall warn them for me. I ask you, my brothers and sisters, are we watchmen, or are there watchmen among us? What are we doing to support the watchmen? To support and uplift the sovereignty of Yahusha. Let me read on. Matthew 24, verse 4 through 8. And Yahuwah answered and said to him, Take heed that no one leads you astray. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Messiah, and they shall lead many astray. And you shall begin to hear of fightings and reports of fightings. See that you are not troubled, for these have to take place, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and reign against reign, and there shall be scarcities of food, and deadly diseases, and earthquakes in places. And all these are the beginning of birth pains. I ask you, my brothers and sisters, are we beginning to witness the things that were spoken of in Scripture, that were mentioned in Scripture? Let me continue on. Luke 17th chapter, verse 26 through 29. And it came to be in the days of Noah, so also shall it be in the days of the son of Adam. They were eating, they were drinking, they were marrying, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah went into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. And likewise, as it came to be in the days of Lot, they were eating, they were drinking, they were buying, they were selling, they were planting, they were building. But on the day Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and sulfur from heaven and destroyed all. And let me read another verse. Ephesians 4:16 say, From whom the entire body joined and knit together by what every joint supplies, according to the working by which each part does its share, causes growth of the body for the building up of itself in love. I presented these scriptures to you because I want you to at least ponder on the fact, if we are indeed in the last days, are we about to witness destruction? Could our experience be similar to what Noah experienced, knowing that it was the last days for man before the flood? Could our experience be what Lot felt, knowing that his son-in-law took him for granted right before the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah? Do we feel like Noah or Lot? Why not? Who has given thought to the witnessing in or actions they demonstrate among others? Could not our actions contribute to a person's desire to worship and obey the Most High Yahweh? Could the way we conduct ourselves day to day contribute to supporting the writings and scriptures? My brothers and sisters, even in the simplest of things, we either reflect the righteousness of the Most High Father, or we fight against His ways. Whether intentionally or not, there is either righteous actions or the absence of obedience to the Most High Father. So many of us easily grasp at excuses in or disbelief, but this does not erase the reflection of our witness among others and to others. Who has given thought to Noah's life? Do you think that Noah demonstrated righteousness before the people of his times, before the flood? Is it possible that Noah warned the people? Do you honestly think all the intricate details of Noah's life is written in scriptures? Is it possible to connect with the set-apart spirit and discern some of the challenges Noah faced? Is not Almighty Yahweh all-powerful, and do He not dwell in us? I submit to you that we are capable of discerning the challenges of Noah, the challenges that Noah faced, by the revealings of the Spirit of Yahushua. Do you think Noah had a party celebrating the death of all those who were not on the ark? Is it safe to believe Noah was remorseful, but understood that it was important to worship and obey the Most High Father Yahuwah? Was there widespread disbelief among those destroyed in the flood? If not, why were they destroyed? How do you think Lot felt when his son-in-law thought he was joking about Sodom and Gomorrah's destruction? Genesis 19:14 reads, "And Lot went out and spoke to his sons-in-law who had married his daughters, and said, Get up, get out of this place, for Yahuwah is going to destroy the city. But to his son-in-law he seemed to be as one joking." How do you think he felt? Does this verse suggest disbelief among Lot's son-in-laws? My brothers and sisters, how many of us know what it feels like to encounter living instructions and guidance from the Spirit of Yahushua, to only be criticized or faced with disbelief? How many of us have faced self-appointed leaders who label our obedience as our opinion, or not a word from the Spirit of Yahushua? How many of us have witnessed brothers and sisters dismissing righteous words because they only depend on the letter and fail to acknowledge the living presence of the Spirit of Yahushua? There are those who directly are called to be watchmen, and there are those who uplift the sovereignty of Yahushua, our Mashiach, our Messiah, by which contributes to the role of the watchman by support, belief, worship, and obedience to the Most High Father's set-apart Spirit. In other words, my brothers and sisters, each of us have a part in supporting all the positions of the righteous body of believers made one by Yahushua, our Mashiach, our Messiah. If you agree that we are living during end times, should we not be feeling something similar to Noah a lot? I ask you, which side are you on? Which side do you represent? Have we become sluggards in or clueless to our contribution to the message of life and life more abundant? Every believer should be experiencing some type of Noah or Lot effect, whether as a direct watchman or a contributor to lifting up Yahushua our Mashiach, our Messiah. If you are void of knowing in or identifying with Noah and Lot, I urge you to earnestly seek the Most High Father through the living guidance of the Spirit of Yahushua, so that you can get in tune. Soon and very soon, major humbling events will shake the very fabric of this world. Look at Matthew 24, 4-8 again. Pray and watch. Sleeping on the job is not acceptable. There is much work to be done. What say you? What's your choice? In or what decisions have and will you make? The sovereign of Yashar'al, true Yashar'al, is returning, perfecting the body of believers who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father. Pray and watch. There will be that demonstration. Reproof, chastening, judgment, and wrath will follow direct living instructions and guidance. I ask again, which side are you? Do you feel like Noah or Lot? Until next time, my family, shalom, shalom, shalom.